Hi, my name's Dee, your Professor of Woo Woo, and welcome back to Sunchild Tarot. It's been a long time, I know. I think it's like a year last March since I last put a video out. I took some time off to really dive into some research for a course, really, that I'll be presenting later this year. Fingers crossed. Anyway, because that's the plan. I want it out by May. Cancer rising. I want to take advantage of Jupiter. But yeah, it's been quite a time. All my software since I've been away seems to have rejigged itself. So if this video seems a bit stuttery or a bit pixely, or the fact that the picture-in-picture thing isn't working, which does my nut in. But hey ho, these things are sent to try us. New Moon in Capricorn is what I'm here for. So bear in mind that this is a general reading. You can see the shuffle. Oh no, that side is going to be up there. That I did prior to pressing record. So it's a general reading. General reading rules apply. One thing I would say is that this reading it's not aimed at a star sign, although I abhor that term, the collective. But whoever comes to watch this video, ask a question. Ask a question now. Pause. Think about what question you want answering, and remember, the more specific the question, the more specific the answer. And therefore, if you ask your question, you will soon tell if this is a reading for you or not for you. You know, it's because I think I can't remember the guy's name, but the guy who says can't believe I've forgotten his name, but the guy who says the most important part of a tarot reading is you. And yeah, he's right. So let's, obviously, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not any of the professional things. I'm reading from pictures on card. So let's dive into it. So New Moon in Capricorn, so it's supposed to be a great time for starting new things. And there's some really interesting, I'll move these so that you can see them actually. There's some really interesting cards that have come up here. It's almost like the new year has started, and with the moon here, there's, I'll keep switching between the two because I think my facial expression communicates just as much as my voice does. So with the moon clarified by the Hierophant as to what's visible, it's almost, there's a question at the moment, what's the proper thing to do? Is the right way, or what was previously called the right way, still applicable? You know, it's almost with the moon clarified here by the Hierophant card. It's almost as, I know the way I was supposed to do it, but does that still work? Are these dreams that I'm having, or goals that I'm having at the moment, are they fitting in? That is not so much of a worry. Sorry, I'm knocking the table a bit, so it's wobbling. That is not so much of a worry, to be quite honest, because what you don't see, so here, this top row symbolises where you are. There's a present line through here, and you've been working hard. You've been working hard on something. It's almost like now's the time, or nearly the time, to present, or to complete, or to finish that point that you want to. Why have I still got a logo? Oh, I apologise for the logo, people. I've paid to get rid of that. But anyway, Queen of Wands clarified by the King of Pentacles. There's a lot of behind the scenes support, or inner strengths that you are tapping into at the moment, or you're going to be tapping into, that should set you all right, because we're going into a period of time. I have here the World card. I'm using Gregory Scott's tarot, by the way, because I like watching his reading and astrology. I recommend you have a look, and his tarot is lovely. What's the little one called? I can't remember what the little one is called. But anyway, we have the World clarified here by the Empress. So there is immediately followed by the Ace of Pentacles, clarified by Justice. So there's new beginnings. There's new beginnings in with this Justice card. It's almost like what is things that should be within your, I'm going to say possession, or I would say sphere of influence or something like that, but it's possession. It feels, with it Ace of Pentacles following the World and the Empress down here, it's very material. It's very show me the money, you know. And I think underneath that Ace of Pentacles and the Justice card, you have Six of Pentacles, Six of Cups. So there is an element of the money's turning up, which is a relief. And so if this is a reading also that I'm to take on board, yay! It brings with its own worry, but I think you can be your own stress head. We've got the Ace of Cups here, and which is clarifying the Nine of Swords. So it's almost like that. Oh, I hate almost like. I say that way too much. It's like you're almost on that brink of the success, whatever it is, the achievement, the success, whether it's, say it's a job thing, or say it's a love thing. That if this is a love reading, I don't think it is. I'm getting over my hang up with love readings, but I don't think this is a love reading. But if you are to consider it as a love reading, things look good in the near future, whereas at the present, not so much. And it's all about the perception. It's something that you've put a lot of work into leading up to this new moon. You have tended it. If we go back to the cards, we have in the recent past, visible, Page of Pentacles clarified by the Seven of Pentacles. There's a lot of work. There's was it Chris Pond from Minnow Tarot says Seven of Pentacles is the juice worth the squeeze. And whereas here I'm almost more thinking that there's something that you started, it took a lot of tending, and it also, it's one of those things where you do a bit and then there's nothing more you can do, and you have to just walk away and leave it be. You know, it's like if you're baking a cake, don't open the oven door halfway through, or Yorkshire puddings especially. Underneath that recent, we've had quite a bit of stress, some Five of Swords, some conflict. You'd found a direction, you committed yourself to a new direction, you committed yourself to something that involves a lot of work, which is why I don't think it's a love reading, but you know, relationships take work as well. But there was some form of conflict that wasn't necessarily in your face, but it was intruding on your plans. It's almost like it took it took the power away from you once you'd done that first thing and had to walk away because of this conflict, wherever it was. It's like, and I can't do anything more about it right now. I'm really struggling to do anything about it right now. That, I think, is a hurdle that you overcame, but there's more nerves of, I think there's more fear about being successful than being unsuccessful here. However, you ain't got to that point yet. So this feeling that you have right now, this sort of, even though there's, you know, we've got the moon, there's the delusions, there's the image of decay to a certain extent, or things not seeming as they appear, like you've put all this work in and all of a sudden, hang on, this was not what I wanted, this was not what I aimed to bring about. Have patience. I think that's partly that, which figures with new moon in Capricorn, really. Capricorn being that slow moving structure building sign. Have patience. Things aren't half as bad as what they seem. They're actually feeling pretty good. Problem is, you're tired. You've put so much work in here. You're already tired. That's fine. take a break if you haven't already been forced into the take a break corner. And if you have been forced into that take a break corner and not took a break, take the break, take the time. You'll feel a lot better for it. But I think you're feeling quite good. Six of Cups, Ace of Wands. So we've got that wanting to surge ahead, that also some form of support from the past with this Six of Cups. It's like a positive influence from the past, one that's, it feels quite well established, this. Because other people seem to be looking at you going, what are you doing? Oh, why are you doing what you are doing? It's like, how other people are viewing you and influencing you, the Fool. They might be bringing you some new beginnings, but it's clarified here by the Eight of Cups. Is there something that you've given up on that you were going to achieve? Like I was saying, at the moment we were saying about all this work that you've put in, and right now you're feeling like, what's the point? Why have I done it? It doesn't seem to be getting anywhere. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. But just take a look at these cards, because from the Moon you've got, like I say, King of Pentacles, Queen of Wands underneath. They're giving that material support. They're giving that active support. And the Queen of Wands is a big manifester. So I don't think that you are, to use the New Age vernacular, which I'm not a fan of, but you're not manifesting right now. Or at least you think you're not manifesting right now. But all the work that you've put in is coming back here with, look at the Ace of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, here with the World, i.e. all four suits, and the Empress, abundance. It's going to be an easier time coming up. Your next big hurdle isn't will you succeed, it's when you succeed. That's the bit that causes the fear. And you could be, there's a risk of isolating other people and getting rid of them. Five of Wands with clarified by the Four of Swords. It's almost like you could, because of your nervousness here on the Five of Swords, Nine of Swords, sorry. With the Five of Wands, there could be an urge to lash out, and those people that you were working in partnership with, if there's someone that you are working in partnership with, there may be a temptation to go, do you know what? No more. I don't think that's a good idea, to be honest. Ouch. If I was going to take that reading for myself, very ouch. But I don't think it's necessarily a good idea, because these cards in the corner here, they're potential futures. There could be one potential future, or there could be one each. And I'm really drawn to with the Five of Wands and the Four of Swords, isolating yourself because you're feeling combative, isolating yourself because, basically, to use a local term, you got carbon. You know, it's like, yeah, well, it isn't going anywhere, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do anything like that. Thank you very much. It's not happening. Whereas the other future is Queen of Wands and the Tower. Now, that promises, Queen of Pentacles. That promises even more. That firm material foundation with, I like this Tower card being here, because it's almost like there's an opening of your arms to receive the blessings that sweeping something away can change. So it may be that there is someone that in your sphere of influence where you just go, yeah, no, that's it, that's enough. And that may be the right thing to do. Or just double check yourself, making sure that you're not being mardy, sulky, that you're not biting your nose off to spite your face. Because these two could be either or could be together. So it looks like there's a question coming up of, do I stop I don't want to stay working with or seeing or anything like that. Do I stop interacting with these potentially people, plural, um, with the Five of Wands? It's very much it's one guy against four. But also think about this in the Rider-Waite Tarot. It's people sparring, practicing, honing their skills. But with that Four of Swords, do you need to hone your skills with other people, or are they in the way? So there's certainly that question. But with these, there's a warning that you can isolate yourself from someone and it bites your nose off to spite your face. Or with this one, learning my left from my right, with this one, there is, as a result of isolating yourself from, well, ceasing interaction with more than one person, you actually start reaping the benefits. Could be you just start feeling the benefits. The Tower is that sudden change, that sudden shocking event or revelation. And I really feel like with in the hopes and fears right next to it, this column's lifted straight out of the Celtic cross. With the hopes and fears here, with the Page of Swords, Knave of Chalices, so Page of Cups, Page of Swords, Page of Cups, that's to me all very much about communication, about the news that comes in, the aims, the goals, the wishes, but it's mercurial stuff. It's information. It is facts, feelings, sensations, things that can be spoken, as opposed to things that can be sat on or eaten. And you're waiting for that moment of eureka, and you're also dreading for that moment of eureka as well, because either way, you could be proved right and go, oh my God, or you could be proved wrong and go, oh my God. But this is something, there is a revelation coming up. We've got Israfel, the angel of song, from the Angelarium Oracle. I've used it for years, I should remember what it's called. And also we have third quarter moon adjustments are required. So third quarter moon, going into that crisis of consciousness. Or is it crisis of action? I think it's crisis of consciousness, isn't it, for third quarter? Either way, quarter moons are a point of crisis. Sure, it's a crisis of consciousness. I should know this. So adjustments are required, which is what makes me think, be careful about biting your nose off to spite your face. Because other people are confused about what you're doing. They're allowed to be. It is up to you whether you want to clear up that confusion or not. You know, that's fine. That's your decision. But either way, you need to be able to walk away from some path with this Eight of Cups that you were set on. So it's almost like this is the thing that you've been working towards. And right now you're thinking, oh, is it even going to happen? Is there a point? It's pointless. What am I doing? Why am I doing this? This is absolutely pointless. It is not pointless. There is rewards here, but there is an adjustment that has to be made. And I think this adjustment comes from, where's that? We've got Six of Pentacles. Sorry, let me go back to the cards. We've got the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Cups. There's a sense of someone who's been around a long time, giving you some form of support, some form of advice. We have, if I can pick them up, Athena, Protectress, and Penelope with reunion. If you think Penelope was the wife of Odysseus and they were separated for 10 or 20, I think it was 10 years, might have been 20. But that point of reunion, there's almost like there's something coming together, which is again why I'll say when you're isolating yourself from somebody, are you cutting your nose off to spite your face? because of this reunion. It could be someone from the past that's turning up and you're going, oh no, I'm not going there. When actually they've got something to add. They've got something to contribute. So going to this Five of Wands, Four of Swords card again, this, you know, potential future option. If someone is coming back from the past and you're in relation to your question, in relation to the matter that you've been building towards and working towards, if they come back from the past, then despite your reservations, welcome them. If they are somebody who's not from the past, they're just here. They may have been around for a long time, but they're here. They're in the present. Then this is an indication that severing those ties or reducing interaction, I think, is a better way to put it. Severing ties, it's all very black and white nowadays when people are doing these tarot readings, isn't it? Reducing interaction might be a good idea. But the final outcome here is really good. We have the Sun clarified by the Queen of Cups. Now, firstly, that implies to me some form of gift coming your way, which I also got with this Ace of Pentacles, with the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, I'm it, cards again. With the Ace of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles in the near future, with this Six of Pentacles here, of somebody giving you balance with the Six of Cups, so it's somebody from the past. So two lots of Six of Cups, that's definitely important. But we have the Sun clarified by the Queen of Cups. There's something that you're happy with, and there is something that you're emotionally okay with. Now, that's considering that you're thinking, what's the point? At the moment, that's a really good place to move to. I think you're going to have reason to be proud of the efforts that you have already put in. So it's not really talking about putting in effort right now. You've done the work or you haven't. You know, things that are ticking over and need maintaining, you've been ticking them over and maintaining them. Things that you've been wanting to jump ahead with, there's been some form of delay. I could be cheesy and say, oh, divine timing. But there is an element of, I think that delay has actually been good for you, because this nerves at the moment and the nerves that can come up when you're actually starting to feel successful are things that there's something that you can tackle. So answer me this. What if you were successful? What if you are successful? How does that make you feel? Because you've been successful in the past. We've got another Empress. Let's go into the past. So these cards here represent a previous situation that's relevant to the current one, but maybe not connected, just symbolically or thematically relevant. And we have Page of Wands with the Three of Cups, then the Empress and the Wheel of Fortune. It's almost like you landed on your feet. You got yourself into a particular, I'm going to say social circle. You know, that could mean work, that could mean community, that could mean 1,001 things, but a circle of people. And it worked to your interest and in your interest until there was a point, we have Death clarified by the Four of Cups, where you were starting to think, yeah, this is okay, but I want more. And that's what started all of this work that you've been doing. And now you're questioning that. Now you're thinking, was it worth it? Was it what I was, is this what I was trying to go for? Right now, no. Right now, what you're seeing around you is not what you was working towards. That's fine. It really does look, if I dash the cards again, it really does look like that is coming, which brings its own problems and its own nerves. But the outcome here, like I say, the Sun, with the Queen of Cups. There's something, if you've put the work in already and you've been keeping everything ticking over like you need to do, there's something good coming your way. Something that you will be happy to receive, Queen of Cups. Some form of good news that helps everything grow and blossom, the sun. But it does involve, with this reunion, and we've got Athena as protectress here out of this Greek mythology deck, there's some influence from the past. So when I say from the past, what I mean is that it is someone that, I mean, maybe they've already come back, but they were absent for some time. They belonged only in the past and not the present, and now they've come back into the present. They have a positive influence, effect. Maybe they've got a good piece of advice. Maybe they're going to fund what you're going to do. Maybe they will point out something. If it's an old friend that you've not seen for a long time and you're telling them about whatever's going on in the relationship, if this is a love reading, they could just turn around, yeah, but you've always blah, 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 blah. And your reaction is, have I? Oh, yeah, you're right, I have. You know, so because they've got that information, and that actually stands you in good stead for achieving the goal that you're after. So I think I'm going to call the reading something along the lines of, don't lose faith now, just wait. Because that's the feeling that I'm getting from it. Now, bear in mind, this is a new moon reading, so 2 weeks, 6 months until the full moon in Capricorn. But there's also, I haven't got the book to hand, there's an astrology writer who wrote a book, because I can't remember their name either. I'm full of facts and figures today, me. The book's called Lunar Shadows 3. And it talks about new moons being in a set of 3 in one particular sort of couple of degrees of a zodiac sign that occur over, 18 months. So you could look at this at the 18 months, but if you're looking at this in the 18 months, my feeling is that this is the middle moon. This is the halfway moon. You would have started on a new moon in Capricorn with working whatever it is. So maybe there's been something you've been working towards for a year, whether that's work or relationship or getting a house or whatever it is. And now we're at that stage. You've done the prep. We're just waiting for the go-ahead. The universe itself is making a few, putting things in place. You need to change your approach very, very slightly. The work that you've done is good, but how you're going to use it from this point forward might not be exactly, with this Tower card, might not be exactly the way that you'd initially envisioned, but with the Sun and the Queen of Cups, it's going to end up being better than you envisioned. That's another thing I could call it, better than you envisioned. But anyway, if this is useful for you, feel free to leave a comment, press the like button, obviously share, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff that you hear from everybody. Let's not say it and just say we did. But it's nice to be back. There will be more. My schedule's a little topsy-turvy at the moment, but there will be more. Even though this is a day late for the new moon, bear in mind, like I say, 2 weeks, 6 months, 18 months time span for this. But if it's the 18-month time span, then you're already 6 months into it. So 6 months or a year. But yeah, it's going to come good for you. Cheers.